Tonight's dinner, shepherd's pie. Or do you call it cottage pie? I've seen it on TikTok called both. I have about 10 potatoes that I already have peeled. I'm just gonna cut them up into bite-sized pieces and get them into some boiling water. I'm using my hot plate always. You guys are always asking why I'm using my hot plate, and it's strictly just convenience. Because I film almost every meal that I make, I have my camera, my lights, everything already set up on my island. So it's just so much easier to use the hot plate. Plus, it's just the coolest thing. Plus, I'm also using my Paderno pans. I'm not saying Panderno, I'm saying Paderno. Maybe I have an accent and I can't say it properly. I promise you guys I'm saying Paderno. Hopefully that answers some of all your questions. I try to read all the comments. I do my best. I'm gonna add some olive oil to my pan. I'm using about 3 pounds, if not more, of ground hamburger. I always make more than I need. Normally I would add onions, but tonight I'd really like to share dinner with the dog, and I don't want to add onions for her sake. I'm also creating this on the spot. I'm not following a recipe, just adding all the things that I love. I'm using this Kinder's salt, pepper, and garlic. I got it at Costco. Add some rosemary. I'm gonna add some sage. You know what, let's add some thyme as well. Kind of feels like a festive shepherd's pie. Okay, we're gonna cook this up. Our hamburger is fully cooked. I'm gonna add a couple tablespoons of some tomato paste. Just gonna stir it all in. I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of flour. I know a lot of people add some red wine. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna add some soy sauce, some Worcester Smack Your Sister sauce. I have 750 grams of frozen vegetables. I'm gonna add about half the pack. You can use fresh vegetables as well, but I'm using frozen. I'm gonna add about half a cup of beef broth. Now I'm just gonna let it simmer for a couple of minutes. Kind of creates like a gravy. Our ground beef is ready. I'm just waiting for those mashed potatoes. My potatoes are finally done. I'm gonna add some butter. I'm gonna add a little bit of heavy cream. I'm gonna add some white cheddar. I wish I had fresh Parmesan. I don't. I'm just using this Kraft. I'm gonna mash it all up. Let's assemble. I have heavily greased my casserole dish. I'm gonna add all that hamburger. Just evenly spread it. Now I'm gonna top it with our mashed potatoes. I'm gonna evenly spread them out as best as I can anyway. I have a little bit of cheese left, so I'm just gonna top it. This is going into the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes or so. Everything's already cooked. We just wanna get that cheese nice and melted. It just came out, it's super hot. The top is actually nice and crispy, but we need to let it sit to congeal. I mean, you could cut into it right away, but the longer you let it sit, it hardens, and it's just easier to scoop. Kind of like a lasagna. I actually forgot about the dog. I'm gonna portion out the dogs now so it has time to cool. We're gonna put hers to the side and dish out the rest of the family. It hasn't quite cooled enough, but everybody's hungry now, so we're eating now. So good. I don't want to share.